since you more than likely want more examples, right? I used to have an instructor that when she'd have extra examples that were kind of tricky, she'd just put a smiley face. Here's the reason for the smiley face. So, since I know you probably do want to learn some extra examples, especially if they're a little bit more challenging to make your life easier when you're working on your own homework, right? I built this extra set of examples for you. So, let's remember that our conversions formulas at the top of our page, let's write them down, is log base v of a equals c, and we're working back and forth with the exponential equation equivalent of v to the c equals a. So log form to exponential or exponential to log, depending on what you're working with. So for a, we started with a log. So it's a log base v of 19 equals 4. So in this case, we want to know what the v value is. So we're solving for v. So let's try converting. Let's see if it works. So b to the fourth, right? Because that's on the other side. That's the c value. That's the exponent. Is equal to the 19. The 19 is in the parentheses, right? So that's what goes on the other side of the equal sign. So how many times do we, or why do we multiply 4 times? Well, that's going to be a little tricky, right? So instead of thinking about it in that format, we just want to do a reciprocal of the exponent. Reciprocal of the exponent means a root, or exponential root, 1 over. 1 over 4 to be more specific. You're welcome to put a 1 underneath that 4 if it makes it easier for you to see when it cancels out. And remember, what we do to one side, we must do to the other. So we must do 1/4 on the other side. 4 times 1 divided by 4 technically cancels out. So we won't worry about that. And now we have 19 to the 1/4. So this is where your calculator could come in really handy. So bring in your calculator and turn on your calculator. There's our calculator. We have 19, caret key, open parentheses, 1 divided by 4, and close your parentheses. Once again, if you have a TI-84, you may not need parentheses, depending on whether it erases it out for you or not. So slightly different from TI-83 is that TI-84s, most of them, not all of them, will raise it to the power, so it'll make it smaller and higher. To bring it down, you just push forward. But for now, 19 to the 1/4 will give us 2.087. There we go. And now we can round it up. So 2.09 would be a rough answer in this case. So the b value, 2.09. And we're done with that one. So b, 2 log of base 4 of 3x plus 2. And it's equal to 5. So do realize, in this case we have the 2 hanging out on the left side. And it's multiplying with the log. It won't allow us to do very much. So therefore we might want to get rid of it first. So let's divide by 2 to get rid of it, make our life easier. 2 divided by 2 cancels out, and we have the 5/2. So log base 4 of 3x plus 2 is equivalent to 5/2. Agreed? That's just getting rid of the 5 over 2. And now we can convert it. So let's try converting it from log to exponential. Notice our base is 4. And our exponent now becomes 5/2, so it's an exponent of 5/2. Now notice I used a slash. It's the same as a fraction, a regular fraction sign, but I figure it would fit a little better. And note the parentheses, 3x plus 2 is now on the other side of our equal sign, just like our conversion states up at the top. So we're always revisiting our conversion up at the top of our formula, or page, depending on where you have it, I should say. So for the 5/2, this becomes a calculator problem now. So let's bring your calculator, clear anything you might have it for me for. 4 caret key, right below your clear button, open up a parentheses, and type in 5 divided by 2. Close your parentheses, hit enter, and it gives us that 4 to the 5/2 is equivalent to 32. So now we're going to solve. So let's write in our 32 first. 32 equals 3x plus 2, and solve for x. Straightforward from now on. So minus 2, opposite. Always get rid of the addition and subtraction first. So minus 2 to both sides makes your life easier. And now that we have left just 30, 30 equals 3x, agreed? Notice the 2's would cancel out. So let's get rid of the 3 from the x. So in other words, divided by 3 on both sides, agree? 30 divided by 3 gives us 10. So therefore our x value is 10. You got it. Looks like we got the answer in this case. Let's try the next one. C. 5 times 4 to the power of, 2r plus 1. And that's all an expression in the exponent, so be aware of that. 2r plus 1, slightly smaller and higher, make it look like an exponent. So the 5 is the one that's getting in the way, agree? So let's get rid of the 5 first. It's multiplying with that, so let's divide it with everything. And what we do to one side, gotta do with the other side. So dividing on both sides, canceling the 5 now, 5 divided by 5 cancels out. That leaves us with the 4 to the power of 2r plus 1 is equivalent to 194.8. That's just 974 divided by 5, agreed? So you can always double check with your calculator. 974 divided by 5. Yep, 194.8. Okay, and now here's the next portion. We want to bring down the exponent. So we know applying a log will actually help us out here, right? So let's split this up a little bit so it's easier to apply the log. So now let's apply the log on both sides. Log of 4 to the power, or pardon me, log of 4 to the power of 2r plus 1, right? And on the other side, log of 194.8 roughly. Or actually in this case it's exactly 194.8. So, log allows us to bring down exponents, agreed? So let's bring down the exponent, and it becomes a multiplication. Be aware, the 2r plus 1, you gotta have it in parentheses. So 2r plus 1 in parentheses times the log of 4 equals the log of 194.8. Do realize, parentheses implies multiplication, right? Do not distribute. Make your life easier, and do not convert the log of 4 into a number, which is a decimal, and then try to multiply it. Just keep it as the log of 4 and make your life easier in the long run. And divide by the log of 4 instead to get rid of it. And we're getting rid of it from both sides of our equal sign. Log of 4 divided by log of 4 cancels out. After all, it's just a number, right? It's the same number divided by the same number cancels out. And now on the other side, it becomes useful to be able to calculate it. Let's clear this out. So we have the log of 194.8. Close our parentheses, divided by the log, push the log button, of 4. Close your parentheses again. Do remember to close your parentheses. Hit enter, and it's 3.8 roughly. Okay, so 2r plus 1 equals 3.8 roughly. And now we're solving for r, so let's get rid of the 1, minus 1 from both sides. Plus 1 minus 1 cancels out on the left side. That leaves us with 2r equals 2.8. So 3.8 minus 1 gives us 2.8. And now to solve for the r divided by 2, notice I had to do it slightly off to the left to make extra space for my answer. 2 divided by 2 cancels out, and 2.8 divided by 2 now give us that half of 2 is 1, half of 8 is 4, right? So 1.4 is our value. So r equals 1.4. Here we go, we're at the end of our extra problems, right? And notice, you made it. You made it through.